Alright guys, we're good, we should be rolling here. Hopefully we won't have some technical difficulties like last Sunday, but you never know what we're gonna get here on YouTube, so I think we're good. Oh man. Alright guys, so let's see what we got going on here. Connect it up. April 19th, 2020, coming at you live streaming from house, but ultimately, you guys, hopefully you're safe and sound, and I want to make sure that you're having a good time during this quarantine, staying home. It's tough. We don't have Walking Dead to watch, we don't have things there. People are definitely probably running a little tough with everything they're dealing with now. They're probably over this quarantine for sure. But I'm going to talk about a bunch of things here: Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, comics, spin-offs, movies, all this stuff. Spoiler warning for The Walking Dead season 10, all the series, everything related to The Walking Dead. Spoiler warning. Thank you guys for joining me, taking the time to be here. Hopefully we connect and we'll be all right with the connection. We lost it last time, so I apologize for that. I'm not sure what was going on, but I updated my software that I'm using. I restarted my computer, updated everything, so hopefully we'll be okay. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the break, I guess. If there's such a thing, you're making the best of it. You got to make some lemonade out of lemons. Last week I said it backwards. I said some lemons out of lemonade, but hopefully you guys are having a good time. So no Walking Dead again. And a lot of people are rude and inconsiderate on YouTube and Facebook and, just social media in general. And it's crazy because everyone wants The Walking Dead season 10, episode 16. But if we had it already, what would you be complaining about? Nothing, I guess, right? Because we would have The Walking Dead, hopefully World Beyond, then Fear the Walking Dead for everything what it is. But people, you should be complaining to AMC, Gimple, the producers, the writers, Angela Kang, whoever like that, not YouTubers that make videos every day. We make videos. I make a video. I have 2 videos that I'm going to post next week, Monday and Tuesday right now. Then I make a couple more, and I have a bunch of things. I have a bunch of videos, in the idea for it. So people complain like, oh, this video is speculation. Well, of course it is. How am I going to have information for the season 10 finale? Because we haven't seen it yet. It's not even done yet. So how are we going to have anything that's remotely to it? I shared information way back when, months ago, about the possible season 10 finale, what they had, and the meat ponchos and the gang and the backpacks and everything there too. Also, I shared other information, theories on there too. And people are just so rude and inconsiderate in the comments on there as well. So, I got zero tolerance for that. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch my videos. That's not a big deal for it. So I love talking about The Walking Dead. Not everybody's going to like the show for the same reason. Now let's talk about Madison Clark, right? So I just made a video this morning about information that I shared. If you've seen it, great. If you haven't seen Fear the Walking Dead, you probably don't care about Madison Clark because she's not in in your universe, right? Who cares? But Madison Clark is gone. Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning for Fear the Walking Dead. Madison Clark was gone in season 4, episode 8. But the back half of season 4, is Madison still alive? Is Madison coming back? All of season 5, is Madison there? Where's Madison? Is Madison coming back? Madison, we're going to see Madison. Season 6, Madison, she's in the jail cell. Madison. No, and no. Because it's the problem of the writers and the showrunners and everything else. There's a person that's commenting in the other video that I made about there's clues about Madison still being alive. If you still think Madison is alive, I don't know what to tell you. I have had so many videos sharing information and more information and other information. What the actress said. She's on Talking Dead in memoriam. And people are like, doesn't matter. It does matter. And if you don't understand with it, you're part of the problem with it because you don't understand when stuff adds up and you keep coming back every time. And it's just annoying because you don't understand why it's there. It's not my fault that the writers didn't do a good job showing it. The showrunners did a crappy job of not showing it. We never saw a body. We never saw this. So you have to see a character die, have a burial, have a formidable thing where it exactly spells it out for you. That's what everybody needs. We need it exactly spelled out for it. And I agree with that at some point because Madison was a main character. One of, if not the main characters of Fear the Walking Dead. Her and Nick, to me, was what it was. So she is a character that deserved better than that. But so did the viewers because the character wasn't the best for it. So I don't know what's going to happen with Fear the Walking Dead season 6. We're going to have I'm going to have a breakdown of the trailer. hopefully you've seen the trailer. Hopefully you know that Sherry and Dwight are reunited. We're going to see that in season 6. And I really hope that season 6 is good. Season 5 was all over the place, and, it's just what it is. And, some people think that, I just don't like Madison. I don't like Fear the Walking Dead. I don't like this. I'm just being realistic with it. And when I have information and we get information and we share it with you guys, maybe there's people are not choosing to believe it, or I don't know what to tell you, but it's just kind of annoying when it's over and over and over and over and over and over again and again and again. And it's like the character's not even alive, and there's all these theories for it. So the other thing is the masked person. I've seen crazy theories, and it's just, they're getting crazier every day. And I don't watch other YouTube channels for The Walking Dead. I watch other YouTube channels for gaming and stuff, and The Office and funny stuff and whatever like that. But I don't watch other Walking Dead YouTube channels. And people that come to my channel probably watch other channels and do all that as well. And they're telling me about there's this other YouTuber that thinks this and that they think that and think theirs too. And I think they're just doing that. I mean, unless people think, if the channel thinks that the masked person is a character that already died, it doesn't make sense, right? I mean, why would we have that? And, I'll talk about it in future videos next week or the week after that. But I personally think the masked person is someone that's connected with Maggie. And I said that in my breakdown video of it for the opening minute sneak peek trailer thing that was done for season 10, episode 16. But we just don't know who it is. And a lot of people are just like, when is it? Who's it going to be? And I think everyone's on edge because we want the episode. I want to see the episode too. And it's going to be here when we get it. The other thing is, like, people are hearing and saying and believing and rumors and speculation the entire break. When are we going to get season 10, episode 16? Some people are thinking it's going to be next year. Some people think it's October. Some people think it's a couple weeks. Some people think it's a month, 2 months, August, October. It's just all over the place. So I have other information about Fear the Walking Dead. I think the idea for Fear the Walking Dead is that it's going to air in August. That's the latest it ever came out. So August, or the premiere is the word right now, is what they're trying to do. So I don't know if we're going to get The Walking Dead in like a month. Maybe next month in May would be great. I think that would be long enough. I think, like, hopefully the quarantine and the house stay-at-home orders are going to be hopefully getting less and less and less starting in May. Because I can make it till April, and I know a lot of people can make it till April, but going into May, it's tough. That's another mortgage or rent payment. That's another thing for money. It's another stuff. We're not really working. A lot of people aren't really, working that much. So hopefully The Walking Dead can get into the studio, finish it in May. We get that. They finish it they finished The World Beyond. So we get Walking Dead season 10, episode 16. I think best case is May. And I think it's realistic if they start opening stuff in the next, if they start May 1st, they open something, in a week or two later, they open more people. So, open things for more people, especially workers at the studio and everything. So hopefully that'll be the middle of May, and maybe a week or two later for it too. And I've seen a lot of people complaining in the comments about my video about a couple days away. Question mark. I guess they missed the giant question mark at the end where I shared it, that I was asking the question about they were only a couple days away from finishing it, and how the world would be drastically different for Walking Dead fans if they actually finished it and it aired on time, and that hopefully that since they were only a couple days away from finishing it, it'll be done in a couple of days when they can get back in the studio. So I don't know why people are hating on it, but again, people hate on everything. They hate on the fact that The Walking Dead isn't on television, that they don't know answers, that people are speculating, people are having this, people are that. But don't come here and yell at YouTubers or yell at stuff in the comments, because I'm asking a question and giving you great information for it, and I'm speculating and having great discussions based on the information that I have. I don't have all the answers for it. And there was a really rude person that wrote this morning before I came to this live stream that I saw that they were like, normally your videos are really good, but this one wasn't. It's 11 minutes of speculating and all this other stuff. And it's like, what? Okay, bye. See you later. The person's going to be gone, because how can you come to a YouTube channel and complain? Oh, wait, that's what people do. I don't ever go to a YouTube channel and watch the video and say, wow, this was terrible. I'm going to give them a piece of my mind. and post a comment like that too. You know what I do? I don't watch it anymore. I don't go to that person's channel. I don't do anything like that. I don't say anything like that. I just go away from it. And I watch stuffing about video games and different videos about different topics. And, some of them are great. Some of them are terrible. Some of the audio, the visuals, the video, just everything is bad. And I don't write to that person and say how bad of a person and how their videos are. That's rude and disrespectful. I'm at the old adage, if you don't have anything to say, don't say anything at all. But that's not the world of today, and we got to deal with it. So sorry I'm going on a rant, but people post in the comments, and I guess I ask in videos, thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. But I got to get out of that hand over that because people just think they can just say and complain about everything that's going on and everything like that too. It's difficult to have videos every day about something that's not even going on right now, right? There's no comics. There's no show. There's no anything. There's not even a lot of things that are going on. There's some information that I have that I share with you. And people complain about that. It's like just have person that is excited to be on the channel and have information, right? Do you want me to have all these crazy outlandish videos? Don't worry, I'm going to make those, right? I'm going to make those crazy videos about the theories that the masked person is Winnie and the masked person is Sherry and the masked person is Dwayne. Oh wait, I already did that one. So we're going to have that for what it is, right? And it's probably nobody that's in this chat and nobody's here for the live stream. So I apologize, right? So it's one of those things where it's just, I don't know. I just read a bunch of, stuff lately about comments about my latest videos. And it's just crazy to think that people are basically ungrateful for a lot of the information that people post on here too. So it's just crazy. And I appreciate the love of you guys. And I appreciate the good comments, Jen and, everybody that's in here that appreciate, I appreciate that stuff. And I appreciate the good support. I have enough pressure and being hard on myself to make videos and the book series and just from the day-to-day stuff that I definitely don't need a bunch of other people doing it. I don't mind people saying different things, what they like and don't like and everything there. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be my own worst critic and I'm going to be hard on it for sure. So it's just one of those things that people can bother you. And I'm a real person, I'm as real as they come. I'm not going to have a thing where, life is great and The Walking Dead is great and every character is great and every story is great and everything makes sense. Yeah, right? So I guess the past couple of videos that I posted were about Beta's mask, that it should have a hole in the side of it, but it doesn't. I just thought it would be good to have a little stitching there. Like, that's where he stabbed. That's all I had to do, but they didn't, right? So the other thing is that talking about Madison, people are all about Madison. They stick up for her like it's a real person, but go blame the showrunners. Go blame the writers. Don't blame us, Don't blame us YouTubers and people what it is. And then the other one was about a couple days away, about season 10, episode 16. So it's just one of those things where I share information. People thought of something else, don't know what to tell you, but there's giant question marks on it, and that's what it is, and it's a discussion video for sure. So all right, I got that out. It's 13 minutes in, and sorry guys, I don't like doing that, but I'm going to be real with it. At the end of the day, this is our channel to say stuff and to vent stuff and to let it out. So, people are going to be complaining about everything in life. People hate the world right now. They hate a lot of stuff like that. And that's not okay to be going. And you ever meet somebody and they just hate the world? And they're taking out everything they hate and all this aggression out on somebody else because they're there in front of them. And maybe that's what people do on YouTube. Maybe they come around here and they're like, yeah, I hate this, I hate that, I hate that. I'm going to let everybody know online. Well, that's cool. That's fair, right? But what it is, right? So either way, guys, Walking Dead, we don't know a final definite answer when it's coming back. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Fear the Walking Dead looks to be coming out in August, premiering in August, which it usually is a June release, and it's supposed to be 16 episodes. So we'll have to see what the deal is with that. We'll have to see when The World Beyond is going to air. And I'm excited for that show. I really hope it's going to be good. I never did a breakdown of that little clip. So again, I got a bunch of videos probably for another week, 2 weeks, and then we'll have to start going into what people want to see and what they want to see and what they want to think about and what they want to do and, topics of prior episodes and everything. And, I really enjoy talking about prior seasons and the history of the show and everything like that too. And, hopefully you guys know when I talk about the show, whether it's in a constructive manner or, a manner where I break stuff down, I still love The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is a game-changing show for me, for probably television in general, and it's one of those things where it changed my view of television, writing, how they do things, how they are with people, cast, crew, just being involved with the fans, It's just pretty cool. So, Mellow Writer 703, have you seen Ozark? Please review. It's 10 out of 10. I have not seen Ozark. I've only seen one episode of Ozark. I've seen the first episode, and then we didn't watch it anymore because we were watching all this other stuff. Well, we really got into, what did we watch last night? There's a movie on Netflix called Code 8. And I thought that was pretty cool. I just came across about with Steve Amell and his cousin, Robbie Amell, I think his name is. And it's about superpowers and people in a world that have powers and some don't on there too. So it's pretty cool. I definitely recommend that because if people are just watching a bunch of movies or Netflix and streaming stuff, because you can't watch the news all the time. The news is kind of depressing and kind of this. And I know a lot of people are watching The Walking Dead. It's kind of funny where, if you want to watch The Walking Dead, you go to AMC. You go to AMC.com, you go to Netflix, you go to this. If you want to watch Fear the Walking Dead, where do you have to go? I think it's on Hulu. I don't have Hulu, so I think Hulu is where you have to watch Fear the Walking Dead. But that goes to show you a little bit. If AMC was really backing Fear the Walking Dead, it would make it available on AMC, and maybe it is. I think it's on Amazon, Hulu, and a couple other spots, but it's not really as available as The Walking Dead is, and I'm not sure why that is because, maybe the show's not as strong or as good or not, I don't know. But ultimately, The Walking Dead is hopefully going to be back sooner rather than later. And I'm excited for the season 10 finale because it's going to set up so many things, right? So if you saw the thumbnail of this live stream, you see Father Gabriel, you see Maggie, you see Pamela Milton, or you see a comic lady that's Pamela Milton from the comics. So if you don't know the comics, you know that we're going to meet the Commonwealth. Probably. I would assume if they go the route of the comics, Stephanie is connected with the Commonwealth. In the comics, it's in Ohio. It probably still is on the show. But we're going to see another community, a giant community, the biggest community we've seen in there. And the Saviors are probably the second biggest. But The Walking Dead is going to branch out a little bit more. And the idea of The Walking Dead having a different feel for it. It kind of has to reinvent itself every couple seasons because of different story arcs. Because again, it's a comic. It's a comic story that is, graphic novel. It's a comic book, but people have called it graphic novel. But it's a comic book. But ultimately, the comic book is paving way for the show. And the show is the show and the comic is the comic. We all know that. But ultimately, we're going to meet some new characters probably in season 11. How Maggie fits with that, we're not sure. I personally think the masked person is connected with Maggie. I think it's one of the twins, Hilda or Midge, the ladies that were with Georgie. I see people that are thinking that Georgie is the masked person. She's like, yeah, she's ready to take you out. It seems like a person that is pretty athletic, has some martial arts skills, so it could be Jadis. It could be I just don't know, what it's going to actually be. It could be a new character. That'd be kind of cool. But do we need a new character for the show? We have a lot of characters. We lost a lot of characters, but a lot of characters remain on the show. Do we need a new character? Maybe if they want to go that route. Could be for sure. TWD edits. Did you hear the rumors about a Daryl movie? I heard the rumors about a Daryl movie. I heard the rumors about a Michonne spin-off limited series or / movie thing. I've heard a lot of rumors. There's nothing yet to back it up. There's nothing confirmed. And that's when people, or if you go to channels that call it confirmed, you know where to believe with that. But stuff is out there. There's a lot of speculation. They're saying that we're going to get a Daryl movie. The series is going to end in season 12. Michonne's going to get her own series, limited series, going to get her own movie. I don't know what to believe, but I've heard different things. I'm for it, though. Let's get a Michonne movie or series. Let's get a Daryl movie. I'm down for it. But let's do it on the show, too. Let's not forget, we have a Walking Dead show. Are they really trying to branch out to movies in the movie theater? Are they trying to branch out to having a movie in a movie theater for a couple weeks and it comes back? I don't know. So we'll have to see what they want to do with it. And I'm not sure if their decisions are story-driven, show-driven, money-driven, or what, or a little bit of both. But ultimately, we'll see what happens with the drive of Gimple, AMC, Skybound, Universal, whatever their movie deals are. And remember months ago, years ago, they were talking about a Walking Dead movie, right? I remember a lot of stuff. There was a lot of speculation. People thought Madison was going to be alpha. People thought that we were going to have a different alpha instead of Samantha Morton. People thought we were going to get a movie. People thought, a lot of stuff has come true. So there's been a lot of talk, and a lot of stuff has come true, but also a lot of stuff hasn't come true. They were always trying to do a lot of stuff that don't know if it's all talk or if it's all things or if it just makes sense for down the road. But I like the idea of them branching out, and I'm okay with them having the show and the spinoffs and the movies. And I was excited for this year. It was 2020. It was supposed to be to have The Walking Dead, then World Beyond, then Fear the Walking Dead, and Walking Dead Season 11. It's supposed to be 42 weeks of The Walking Dead. And then this happened, and it throws a wrench in it. So, man, it's kind of crazy to think that what the world could have been and what movies could have been and shows, but, we can't think like that. We got to be what we are and go where we go. No looking back, just going forward. Kanye Grady Q&A. Do you think there will be a war with the Commonwealth? And if yes, what could happen because the Commonwealth have guns and armor and more people? I don't think it's going to be like a war like Eugene. You have Eugene, who's passive. Yumiko, who's a lawyer. Ezekiel, who's passive and wants to talk things out more than anybody. And those are the three, plus Princess, the 3/4 representatives to meet with Stephanie and the Commonwealth, right? So I don't know how the meeting is going to go with Stephanie. I would assume that Stephanie is not going to like the fact that Eugene brought these people with them because he's supposed to not tell anybody, but she told him about to meet, where to meet and all that. So it's a meeting. So we'll see. It could be kind of setting up some controversy and some drama between Stephanie and Eugene and the Commonwealth and the soldiers if Mercer's there. Or, I'm not sure what's going to happen, but I don't know if we're going to get a war. I would assume they stick to the comic. I would hope that they do a little more villainous feel to the Commonwealth than more like a diplomatic thing where Pamela Milton is basically a female governor that's not power hungry like Philip was. But we'll have to see what they want to do with it for the show. It's going to be a different feel. It's not going to be the same thing like the Whisperer War and All Out War or All Out War, whatever you want to call it. So I think that it makes sense that we're going to see some differences too. So, like I said, I'm just thinking of more ideas for videos, and we'll have videos every day. And, it's it's harder than people know to have videos every day. I mean, every day, 7 days a week, right? To have a video of it. This isn't the news. I'm not picking up stuff around the world about this as a fictional TV show. But Walking Dead is a good show that we love talking about it. Nico, not sure her name, is who do you think will die in season 10, episode 16, 10 by 16? I think that we're gonna have like smaller deaths, but I think if we have a bigger death, my guess and prediction is Father Gabriel. I think it makes sense to have Father Gabriel too, but I just don't know. But my book series, Fight For Us, if you guys check it out, if you like it, if you don't, hopefully you guys will support the channel. And it comes back to the PT channel as well as the book series. Fight For Us is a zombie apocalypse book series on Amazon. It's paperback and digital format. I have, a lot of books right there. I say it at every video, at the end of most videos, not every video, but most videos. And it's my series, and I love talking about it. And there's people that complain about that. There's people that complain about, me saying that we need subscribers. We have a goal of 100,000 subscribers, guys. I don't care about what other channels have, what they don't have, if they have more or less. But ultimately, we love talking about The Walking Dead. And there is like over 3.5 million people that watch The Walking Dead on Sundays per the ratings every Sunday. And if we can get a couple people, that watch The Walking Dead to come here and be a supporter of the channel, it'd be good. And I know not everybody likes spoilers, but this isn't a spoiler-only channel. We talk about discussions, information, theories, a bunch of stuff. Now, maybe I share some information that is considered spoilers, but, we're much more than just talking about spoilers, even though it is a big part to share quality information, and that's what we are. But ultimately, guys, I thank you for being here for this Sunday, April 19th. It's crazy to think that it's April 19th. The way the world is right now. No sports. We got the NFL draft coming up this week. We got basically everything's on hiatus. You can't really go shopping. You can't really go to stores. You can't really go to work. You can't really leave your house. You can't do this. And it's just crazy because I live in Tampa Bay, in Tampa, Florida, and they had a curfew that was going to be in effect from 9 in the morning to something, or it's like 5 in the morning to 9 at night or something crazy. And people were complaining about that. And then it lasted a couple of days and then it's gone. So not sure what's going to happen. Hopefully that the spiraling of the information is going to streamline. We're going to be back at it. We're going to be able to go back to work, resume stuff there. They'll be able to get back filming Fear the Walking Dead. They can start filming The Walking Dead season 11 because that usually starts the end of April, early May. And the longer that gets delayed when they can't start filming, that's going to push back the release. So we might not get Walking Dead season 11 until December, if not January, right? I'm not sure, but we'll have to see what happens down the road. Sorry, I didn't see your comment. I don't know. So Mark Simmons asked, what you do in a day in the life of quarantine? Are you asking me, Mark? So I wake up, I give Milo some food, change his water out, post a video in the morning. I log on to Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff to see any messages. I go on my, what do I do? The No Man's Land, The Walking Dead No Man's Land, the game by the role-playing game type thing. That's on my iPad. And I play that. I log into that. And there was the wars that were going around. And we have a guild, Fight for Us, Fight, then the number 4, and then Us. All different words. It's all separated words. And then, make a video or go work out in my garage. I have, a bunch of dumbbells and a Smith machine and a cable machine that, it's a really lot of stuff. And it's got me back into working out, back to motivation of working out. And it's good because basically The Walking Dead is on break right now. And we still like talking about it and still having videos and still having a bunch of things for everybody. But there's not that much going on. And when The Walking Dead is in session, it's easy to have a bunch of videos and a bunch of breakdowns and a bunch of things for it. But right now it's not. So there's a little more time for me to edit my books. I've usually tried to edit a chapter or 2 a day. And every book right now, like book 12, Power, is 18 chapters. I finished my edit. My wife's got to read it and edit it. And then I'm going to edit it again. And then we'll post it and we'll have it available for it. So let's see. Wilson Q&A. Now that Negan has kept his side of the deal, what do you see Negan doing next? Staying or leaving? I don't know. That's a big question because in the comics, he leaves and we don't see him again. He has his thing with Maggie and Dante, and Dante's a far different character in the comic. But I know that Negan goes away. I personally think that Negan can stick around, and I would love to see his interacting with Maggie and Herschel and everything, and I would love to see there be a problem. But then I also would like the idea that everybody sticks up for Negan because he saved people. Maybe Negan dies in the season 10 finale. You never know. That's a possibility too, but I doubt it. But I think that Negan, I hope he sticks around because he's pretty good for the show, for sure. Jay Kane. Oh, yeah, Brian, Brady's in Tampa Bay now. How do you feel about that? Jay Kane asked about Tom Brady. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, so I don't care about the Buccaneers as much. The Buccaneers are a team that I watch on TV because it's a local team. They're okay. I don't really care that Tom Brady's here, to be honest. I personally want to see how he does because I want to see how the character and person is after the whole I'm not a New England Patriots fan. They have a lot of problems, cheating, this, just all the things. Their track record of Brady and Belichick together really aren't really the best. But they're talented. They won a lot of Super Bowls, and they did all the stuff that they do. But it's going to be interesting to see the next page of Tom Brady in Tampa Bay, for sure. So we'll have to see how it goes down. We'll have to see what happens in this Thursday, Friday, Saturday's draft of the NFL. And hopefully we can get sports back, whether it's on television and we don't have people in the stands. I don't know. I don't know what it is. So constipated in Sin City. I live in Las Vegas, and we were expecting at least 350,000 visitors during the NFL draft week. Man, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of revenue. And I don't know what's going to happen with businesses, right? So what's going to happen with the movie theaters? They're not open. They're not making money. What's going to happen with, casinos and stuff? They're not open. They're not making money. What's going to happen with restaurants and small businesses in there too? And they're talking about small business loans and everything there. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with the world. I just can't wait till the world gets back to normal. And it's going to be weird because maybe it's like June, July when we're back to normal. And that's over half the year is gone. We're like, wow, what year is it? What month is it? What day is it? Anybody else wake up and they're like, what time is it? What day is it? Like I woke up one day and I was like, did we miss that show last night? What day is it? And I'd look at the calendar. I'm a person that like marks the days off the calendar. So I know that it's Sunday, Monday, when Sunday, like tomorrow I'll be, Monday I'll wake up and then I'll scratch off Sunday. So I'll know what day it is for sure. So, yeah, I'm not going to worry about people talking about spoilers. Then not sure why you're here then if you're complaining about spoilers and titles and thumbnails and all that stuff. But that's what people do. And I try to, when I have a question in there, it's a question mark. Question, and a question mark is a big question, but people don't understand that too. It's crazy. But yeah, Edgar Garcia says, Bri, my brother said dog dies. Well, who's your brother? Unless your brother is connected with The Walking Dead, I'm not sure if your brother knows what he's talking about. Maybe it's his theory. Maybe it's him trying to get with you. Maybe he knows that you like dog, and maybe dog does die, but nobody wants to see that. It's hard enough when Shiva left and when animals die on shows. Nobody wants to see that, but hopefully dog lives on for season 11, and I hope so, right? So hopefully you guys are enjoying I'm not enjoying, but I guess being okay with day to day, making it work for, the quarantine, stay-at-home orders, because you got to make the best of it, right? So if you can, maybe this is a good time to start something, writing, drawing, singing, dancing, something, I don't know, getting into fitness, working out. And I know it's tough with gyms closing. Well, you don't need a gym to, work out. You can do push-ups and sit-ups or crunches or squats, calf raises, go for a walk, go for a run, jump rope. You can do, there's a lot of stuff you can do with just body weight. Leg lifts, 6 inches, whatever it is, So you can buy some light weights and start working out from home. Start, walk before you run. Excuse me. Sorry, my throat was bothering me from the talking and all the ranting, I guess. And I apologize for that, guys. For people who know me and watch my channels and have been here for, over the years that I've done it, hopefully you know that, I'm a real person. Hopefully you'll understand that I have my faults. I like The Walking Dead. I don't like everything The Walking Dead does. I don't like the whole thing The Walking Dead universe does. Not everybody, you can't agree with everything they do, and some things don't make sense. Some things do. Some things are funny. Some things are laughable. Like some of the CGI is pretty laughable. But it's just crazy, right? And if you go on YouTube, there's this whole thing that people just complain about everything, whether it's good or bad. There's people that complain about people liking Daryl and Carol, and people thinking that, how can you like that character? How can you like this character? Because they do. Like, get over it, Like, there's no problem with liking a character that's on there, too. Some people like Rosita, Eugene, Ezekiel, Jerry. Some people don't. Some people love Judith. Some people don't. I mean, that's fine. But, ultimately, I think the show eventually has to end, right? And I'm going to make a video probably next week or the week after, and I'm going to have the question. It's going to be a question, and, it's going to be a question, so people don't write that. But it's going to say, how do you want The Walking Dead to end? And I know there's going to be a lot of people like, I don't want it to ever end. So that's not the way things work. Everything that starts needs to finish. Everything that starts needs to end. Everything that's, there's a cycle of things in the world, in life. It's just how it happens. There has to be some way there too. If nobody ever, finish things, if you start something, you got to finish it one way or another. And you got to do those things. And there's got to be a story. There's a start, a middle, and an end, an arc of story, an arc of motion, an arc of, writing. So it's one of those things where it makes sense to see where people start and where they finish. And you can have multiple story arcs with characters. And a lot of times we like characters and we don't like characters. And some people, you hate a character and they totally redeem themselves. You totally make up for it. But, it's funny to see some characters like Father Gabriel. Remember when we saw Father Gabriel? Father Gabriel was terrible. Who liked Father Gabriel? Nobody. And now a lot of people like him. You know, are we going to get the water tower death? It didn't happen in 1015. Is it going to happen in 1016? Is it going to be a different death? Does he survive? It could. The big question is, do you think Beta survives? I think Beta does, because we have to have a threat. So say the Whisperers are done. Say Beta's gone, the Whisperers are done, the Walkers are, still around, but, they do something and the majority are gone. Where does the story go? Because it's Eugene, Ezekiel, and Yumiko in West Virginia, Ohio, wherever they go, because I would assume they go to Ohio to meet with them. But that's only 3 people. Well, Princess there too, so 4 people. What about Daryl, Carol, Jerry, Nabila, Rosita, Father Gabriel, Aaron, Alden, whoever survives, right? Whoever's left to survive, what are they going to do? They got to rebuild Hilltop, that's for sure. But you want to watch 16 episodes of them getting wood and shingles and rebuilding stuff? No, there's got to be a threat. What's the threat? Beta, Whispers, survive. Still, maybe a small group of them, but there's still that threat. Just like when the governor went away. He was a threat. The Woodbury fell. And he took all his people out, except for that lady and Karen. And then they went back to got the prison, got that back, but the governor was still out there. Came across another group, was still a threat, came back, season 4, continued a little bit, right? Same type of thing. Maybe they do a virus thing again. I would assume season 10 into season 11 is going to have that feel of season 3 into season 4. Just how they're going to do it, just how they could write it a little bit too. So we'll have to see down the road. But, if The Walking Dead ends in season 12, I'm personally okay with it. And if we get 12 seasons of The Walking Dead, that's a win. We're already ahead, by my count, of The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead could have been 1-2 seasons and then it's not picked up. A lot of good series, they only get 5-6 seasons. Everybody loves to bring up Supernatural, got 52 seasons. That's one show. ER had, it's a medical show. And this is a niche show. This is a thing that you have to make it work. Budget, cast, crew, filming, area. You got to make stuff work. It's not easy to do that, for sure. And, people would say like, oh, you're too hard on the show, you're this and that. Well, I'm a realist, but at the end of the day, I love The Walking Dead. I love what they do, how they write things, how they do it. And to me, some things don't make sense. I say it. And that's just the way I am. If you like it, hopefully you appreciate it. But, people come on YouTube for fake realism. And they come on here for positive things. No matter what it is, you got to spin it in a positive way. Well, sorry I'm not fake, and that's what people do on YouTube, but can't do that at the end of the day. I got to be me, and I got to be myself. And people like that. I think at the end of the day, people like genuine people. They might not like them, but they will respect them on there too. And at the end of the day, I guess that's all I can do, because not everybody's going to like who I am, how I sound, what I look like, what I talk like, what I write, how I say, how I speak, not everyone's going to like that, and that's okay. Me being a Sagittarius Capricorn mix, not everyone's going to get with that. Not everyone's going to like that. Not everyone's going to like how I am. I'm a kid from New Jersey. Not everyone's going to like how I talk, how I say things, especially when I say Dwight. I don't know how to say Dwight. Dwight's going to be there. Dwight's going to be this. Dwight's going to be with Sherry. We're going to see Dwight in Fear the Walking Dead. I've seen another theory that the masked person is Dwight. They're like, Theories, and more theories. It should just be like speculation, rumors. But why do you guys think Virgil is at Oceanside? I'm going to make a video probably early this week that I'll post, so I'll talk about it. But I think it's really to continue or complete the Michonne story arc. That's why I think Virgil is back. So we'll have to see. I just want to see, where's Connie been the entire time, right? Connie has been gone since season 10, episode 9. Like the entire season. You're like, what? Where has this character been? And I'm not upset about her being gone. And I understand why the actress was probably gone filming the Eternals. But I don't know why so long. So she's got to be alive, right? So she wasn't here for season 10, the back half of season 10 really as a whole. Season 10, episode 9, she was there and then she was gone. And we saw her back when? Not yet. We still haven't seen her. But Magna got there. So if Magna was there, would you think that Magna is Did she do something to Connie to get out? I don't know. I think that I wouldn't want to see that. I don't want to see that Magna shamed Connie, with Otis, that whole situation. I don't want to see that thing there too. And, I haven't watched the first couple seasons in a long time, probably a couple years now. But I do like watching previous seasons and seeing where the show came from. And people on YouTube, on Facebook, they love bringing up the point like, I was watching the old seasons, and why did the walkers run so fast? Or why did the walkers open up doors? And why did they have rocks in their hand? Because it was different, right? They were totally different. They weren't sure what the show was going to be. It's kind of like into season 1 and 2, the show did its own thing, and now they're not like that. And my question, though, is how are there so many walkers, right? People are like, well, the planet had, it's 1 million to every one person alive. There's 1 million walkers to every one person, right? So how many people are on Earth? About 7 billion. So do the math, 7 billion, 1 million per this. There shouldn't be that many survivors. But look how many people are alive, right? There's a lot of people. So how would you have the people in this? And there's not a constantly number of new walkers all the time. There should be a finite number of them, right? And if a walker was, around since the beginning, how long did they survive? Are we overthinking it? Are we thinking too much about it? Does it make sense? Does it not? I don't know, because I just like to think about it logically. And it makes me kind of think about zombies and walkers from a fictional standpoint for my book series too. Because okay, that doesn't make sense to me. Continuity, how is it going to connect with things down the road? And, that's all we ask for, right? The same elements of story and principles in the show. If walkers, they break down at a different rate, that's okay. But how can a walker survive without food, without water, losing blood, necrosis, whatever it would be, their tissue would fall apart. How could they survive 5 years, 6 years, 10 years for some of them, right? I don't know what it would be because it just doesn't make sense to me. I think in the story of zombies and walkers, I like the idea of a person controlling them, but not the way it's done in the Whispers. Like Beta is basically walking along and they're following him. Like, hey, all right, guys, come on with me. Yeah, right? And they're literally following him. And then in season 10, episode 16, he yells at them. And he's like, now. And they turn and they go. And it's like, that's got to be in Beta's head, right? He doesn't have telekinetic ESP connection with these walkers, right? I mean, I guess he does in his mind. He thinks so. He thought the walker was talking to him in season 10, episode 15. You're like, whoa, right? That's kind of creepy. It's kind of weird. But where are they going with that? Because that never happened before too. And now are they trying to do that? Or maybe it's just in cray Beta's mind. So the other thing, let's talk about Morgan a little bit, right? So I've seen people think that the masked person is Dwayne or Morgan. Why not Jenny, right? Couldn't be Jenny. We never saw her die. She was a walker, but maybe she came back, right? No, I'm just kidding with that, right? So the Walking Dead had Morgan up to season 8, and then he's on Fear the Walking Dead. So I don't think he's going to come back. He's going to be on Fear the Walking Dead. Dwayne, it doesn't make sense, right? So we have Morgan, who goes crazy in season 3. And we never saw Dwayne get taken out. So they're the same people that think Madison's alive. I'm sure, right? So that Dwayne, people they justify it in funny ways, right? They're like, Dwayne was alive with Morgan, and Dwayne watched outside while Morgan went into a basement or something. Dwayne came in face to face with his mom, Jenny, and Jenny evidently bit him. But people don't think that because we didn't see that. So maybe Morgan came out, shot Jenny, and there was blood all over the place, and it went all over Dwayne. So then Morgan thought Dwayne was dead, and he just left, right? That's the dumbest thing ever because Morgan would be the worst parent ever. For one, for not neutralizing any threats around his son and everything. That's just pretty bad by itself. But why was Morgan crazy like that? Because Dwayne died and Jenny died, potentially. Maybe Jenny's out there, but Jenny was already a walker, so that doesn't matter. But then we have the Dwayne idea that he went out on his own and he was alive, and now he's going to come back around. Well, that doesn't make sense because Morgan's not on the show anymore, right? So who cares about Dwayne? Not really anybody. Some people don't even like Morgan, and Morgan's on Fear the Walking Dead, so he's not on The Walking Dead. He's probably not coming back until the very, 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 very end, if at all, because it doesn't make sense, right? So I think that the Dwayne thing is really far-fetched. And again, poor writing that we never saw it, never really think, but they did. They talked about it with Morgan, and Morgan talked about it with Rick and Dwayne, and then he talked about it again in season 7 when he freaked out. So they made reference to it. It's not like they totally mixed, like the Morales, right? Morales went away in a car and he was still alive. We never saw him die, so he was still alive, and he came back in season 8. That's what fits that thing right there. It's not a universal principle, but it's one of those things where if you don't see them die, they're usually still alive, and that's what happened with Morales. That's the type of example that we saw with that. Rich, how did Carol send a letter to Maggie in a zombie apocalypse? I think she sent it on a Raven, and a Raven flew that way. No, I don't know. I think that they had stops along the way because she was on a boat. Remember? I think that they had, like, when you saw the box that was covered by wood and dirt and whatever, and Maggie takes it out. There's multiple bottles with that in there. I think that Maggie and Carol had a drop box and kind of like a tree mail system, kind of like Survivor, where somebody goes and puts it there and then they leave and the people come there. So it's probably halfway between one of the communities where Maggie was. So I think that's the way they did it. Constipated in Sin City. Hey, PT, isn't that the same hospital Beth died in? It's the same filming location. So you got to get that right. Excuse me. You got to get that right with the filming location is in Noonan, Georgia, where they had Grady Memorial. It wasn't actually Grady Memorial because I think Grady Memorial is an actual hospital in Georgia that they actually used, so they couldn't film there. It was an abandoned hospital area that they used for filming in Noonan, Georgia, and they still film in Georgia. So that was Grady Memorial on the show in season 5. So that was previously seen in season 5. Then they kind of tried to change it up a little bit for this season because that's in season 10 of The Walking Dead. It's not the same hospital in the show. It's the same filming location. It's not Grady Memorial. It's not the Grady Memorial cops. And, we saw the different things about rotters and stuff. It's not the same thing, but they really should have changed it up a lot better. They should have painted it, a different color. They should have added a little bit more to it, but I actually made a video like a week ago now about the hospital that I'm going to share with you on Monday. I'm going to post that on Monday. And it's about the emergency sign. It's a very cool theory that I have about setting things up and what the letters are and how the letters are positioned on the sign. And it's pretty cool. I'm excited to share that with you guys. But yeah, it's the same filming location. It's not the same hospital in the universe too, because they use similar spots and sites and areas and locations and things in The Walking Dead, but it's not the same in the story because they film in Georgia. They don't film the same exact things for the story. They film different locations, mix it up a little bit, maybe paint it, do things, different angles, different stuff, but they try to, mix it up with different streets and whatever. But ultimately, they use the same filming locations in the woods and the streets and the studio and everything as much as they can. And again, the show's been on for 10 seasons. That's a long time. And I guess they decided to try to use it. And I liked how Angela Kang was like, yeah, I don't know. We have a lot of different filming locations. Like, you know what it is. Come on. Don't lie with that, right? So it's crazy, right? But guys, thank you guys for being here. I truly appreciate it. Super chat, top chat, always welcome for that. Always appreciated. Supporting the channel is easy. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends, tell your family, also helps, but you don't have to do that. Hit the like button, share the video on Facebook and different groups. And there's a lot of different Walking Dead Facebook groups on there. I'm a member of some of them, and I share my videos sometimes, but if other people do it, that's pretty cool too. You can find us on Instagram at the BT channel, Facebook at the PT channel, as well as TWD the Walking Dead TWD community on Facebook as a group and a page for that. We're on Twitter as well at the PT channel. So a lot of different ways to follow us when we post a lot of different stuff. We have a lot of good stuff coming up. Fight for Us is my baby. It's my book series. If you like the zombie apocalypse, if you like The Walking Dead, Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Zombie Land, all that stuff, comedy, action, thriller stuff, definitely check it out. The paperback books are all $10.99. And I wish they were cheaper, but I'm an independent person and I do it myself, so I can't make it any cheaper than it is. I only make a couple bucks from every book sold. I wish I made more. I don't even make, it's a very low percentage of it. But I don't have to buy the books. They're made by Amazon, so it's pretty cool. Also, digital content through Kindle. definitely pretty cool there. I'm thinking about reading my first chapter of the book series on here and having different pictures and stuff. I wish I had more art for it to kind of show it a little bit, but ultimately at the end of the day, my goal is to have more artwork, more stuff, and maybe I have some different videos on here for that. I would love to have it there, and maybe it gets picked up because I would love to have that. I would love to actually have my zombie apocalypse story in some sort of format like a TV show or a series, even if it was on YouTube or Amazon Prime or something like that. That would be awesome. That's the goal. And I believe you should have goals in life, whether it's small. You got to have short-term goals and long-term goals. Like, I want to graduate high school or get a job or open a bank account or own a car or whatever it is, small goals. Big goals are probably own a house, have no debt, have a car, no car payment, have minimal to no debt of credit cards or student loans or whatever it is. That's a good thing to have. You got to have a start, a finish, things in between, have new goals, readjust when you accomplish that, have goals all the time. Being a goal-driven person usually is good. Have attainable goals too. Don't be like, I want to be able to fly by the age of 50 without an airplane or a suit. I just want to be able to fly. And you're like, or I want to be a superhero. And you're like, well, come on, be realistic with certain things too. Realistic things that you can achieve, some things that you have there that make you do it too. Like when I write a book, I like to write a chapter a day, if not a chapter and a half. If I'm feeling really in the zone writing, I like to have 2 chapters. When I edit stuff, it's a chapter or 2 a day to come back to it. And editing is really important to it. And I learned the hard way on that. And hope you guys check it out. I wrote my book series. Hopefully you saw my recent video. I wrote it 3 years ago. It started 3 years ago. And it's crazy to think where I was 3 years ago. I was in the hospital. I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. I wasn't doing that well. I was having medical problems. I wasn't the best person in the best, mind and down there too. And I probably should have took a little more time and waited to post and upload the book. But, I wanted to put it out and have some sort of joy in my life for it. And, it wasn't a finished product, but I since went back and edited it much better, and it's much improved for sure. So, ultimately at the end of the day, guys, we love The Walking Dead, and that's what, Marcel says. The next person is Troy. That's another great theory, man. I'm going to make these videos. I'm telling you guys, I'm going to make these crazy videos, these crazy theory videos, and put them online. Even though my opinion of it is that they're crazy. They're out there. And my theory is that the person that is in the mask, the metal mask with the commas, is connected with Maggie. But I'm going to make those videos. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to put it out there and have it as well. But there's channels out there that are all about clickbait, trickbait. And, when people say that, I take offense to that because I'm not trying to mislead. I'm trying to inform, educate, have fun in an open forum of discussion, theory, and have that as well. And I think clickbait is a way that you're trying to, trick somebody to click on it. And the stuff you're there to look, the information you're there is not there. None of it's there. And, I don't do that at all. And I take offense to that, too. So when people call stuff clickbait, I don't really like that at all. And that's really not cool. But, people going to do it. That's what people do. People like to say what they say all the time. But I'm a person that's like, if I ain't having anything nice to say, don't say it at all. But, I'm real with it. And I'm not trying to hurt the show, The Walking Dead, or put it down or be critical of it. People think I was with the beta video. It was just like, wow, I was watching that. And I'm like, wait a second. He stabbed her on the left part of the head, and then he put the left part on his mask, and you're like, what's up with that? And it's just a fun little video. People are like, it's so crazy how people get so over the top and so bent out of shape of every little thing. But tensions are high right now, right? Yeah, right. Joe B, the masked person is Carl. Why not, right? Bring him back. Get the Infinity Gauntlet with all the stones and be like, Carl's back as this person. But ultimately, guys, it's a fun thing to do. It's a fun escape, and I truly appreciate everybody that's in here. We got 92,470 something subscribers right now. So we're super close to achieving our goal of 100,000. Hopefully we achieve it this year. The goal is to achieve it this year. Hopefully by the summer. That'd be pretty amazing. But I can't do it without you guys. I can continue to have awesome videos and content, but I'll be continue to making great videos this week, next week, and try to do stuff there. I got other videos that I could post about my trip to the Portland Zoo and different things about that, and about Big Cat and the Big Cat Rescue in Tampa, Carol Baskin and Joe Exotic. People still watching that? I mean, I know that when we were on YouTube, when I was on Netflix, you can see the top 10 watch things on Netflix, and the Tiger King was number 2. Does anybody know what number 1 was if you were on Netflix recently? Because it was like a movie was number 1, Tiger King was number 2, I think Ozark was 3 or 4, that Code 8 was number 8 or 7 or 8 on there too, and they might have changed since then. But number 1, do you know? It's a kids movie, an animated movie. Despicable Me was number 1 on there. And I was like, really? I guess a lot of kids are home and they're watching it or something or two. But yeah, some people think the masked singer, what do you say, the masked fighter, I don't know what you got, the masked person is Heath, Jadis, but I don't know. Don't worry, I'm going to make those videos. Definitely check it out when I make them too. So thank you guys for joining me. Post a couple more questions. I'll go a couple more minutes. I'll be watching, what am I going to watch now? I got to watch Empire. Empire is, I think the series finale is on Tuesday. That's another show that had to finish early because Empire had 20 episodes and they couldn't finish the last 2 episodes because of the quarantine COVID stuff. So they're finishing the series on episode 18. So that's crazy. Imagine if The Walking Dead, right, was on a series finale and we couldn't actually watch it until the very end. Or we couldn't watch it at all. They couldn't have the actual ending, right? So imagine if the series ended with 10:15. We didn't see 10:16 or beyond that. We're like, wow, that would have been terrible, right? So at the end of the day, we're going to get the finale, whether it's a month, 2 months, 3 months, whenever it is. We're going to eventually watch it. Hopefully it's good and it's worth the wait. I really hope it's an extended episode. I hope it makes sense. I hope it sets things up for season 11. I hope it answers some questions. I'm okay with like to me, I think good writing is stuff that sets things up, answers questions, but also asks some questions too. There's good writing for it. Eventually you have to have the answering of the questions. If a question's never answered on a show, it's frustrating. Like, I wasted all this time and I never got this answer, right? That's kind of how it is with Madison, right? It's kind of how it is with some characters on there. Imagine if Morales was still alive, right? I got to make that video. I got to make it. Morales, he's the masked person, but he's gone. Got to make Tobias being the masked person. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be pretty hilarious, right? So then we'll have a new theory. We'll try to post those maybe once a week on there, having some fun with it. But ultimately, guys, thank you guys for being here. I truly appreciate it. I'm glad we didn't lose connection for 57 minutes. Maybe it was me maybe updating, doing the update of the software or something. But either way, I'm glad we're here. You're here checking it out. So thank you guys for being a part of it. I truly appreciate it. I'll be back next Sunday for another live stream. I like the idea of talking about The Walking Dead Season 10 and the series as a whole, discussion, Q&A, so I like answering your questions for sure. Nick Jones, why is Charlie even still alive? I don't know. I mean, Charlie, that's a Fear the Walking Dead character. Charlie, I don't know. I kind of felt bad for Charlie somewhat, but not really, because the masked person is Otis. Yeah, right. The masked person is Herschel. No. But, yeah, I mean, Charlie is a character that I'm glad that they did some things, like they brought John and June. The Althea angle was okay, but the stuff with the camera and the constant recording of things is just too much for it. I don't know. Hopefully that goes away. Ginny needs to go. They need a villain on there. They just need a good villain for things to come together. But from what I'm hearing, what Danny Garcia, who plays Luciana on the show, like, why is she still around, right? But I'm going to make a video about it, so I'll share it there. But she's talking about the premiere of Fear the Walking Dead Season 6 will be in August now. They're potentially thinking August, so we'll see if that changes. And from what she said about Season 6, didn't make me feel good about it. Like, oh, that's what they're doing? You're like, it's more like, that's what they're doing. Not, that's what they're doing? That's what they're doing. Kind of crappy. So check out some Netflix stuff. Check out Code 8. If you like Steve Amell, he's in it. He's from Arrow. and Casey Jones and Ninja Turtles. So definitely check it out. And there's a bunch of stuff on there. I watched recently. If you guys haven't seen it, I don't know how old you guys are or young you guys are. If you've never seen the Tom Hanks 80s movie, Money Pit, you need to watch that. Today, tomorrow, sometime over the quarantine, definitely go watch Money Pit on Netflix. It is one of my all-time top 5 comedies. Money Pit, Tom Hanks. I love it. It's silly, wacky. I'm pretty sure it was written or directed or something related with Steven Spielberg did that movie. But Tom Hanks, 80s, Money Pit, love it. Money Pit. Check it out. So thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. And remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, making memories, staying true to yourself, blocking out the haters. Enjoy as much as you can the quarantine. We'll have more videos later this week, Monday, Tuesday. We'll have our daily video on there too. And hopefully you guys are enjoying it. But thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys. See ya.